Mr. Transformers 96 here with another Transformers custom video. This time I'm going to be talking about the custom Sqweeks figure that I just made. Quite excited to finish this one and to show it here. So what I did with Sqweeks is mainly just to repaint. I did, adjust him slightly as far as his actual structure, but it's very slight and it's something that really, it's not even non-reversible or anything. So it's a very small thing. But overall, it did just give him a new paint job. So let's talk about it, give you a full 360 look here before we go in depth. So I did think that he needed a new paint job. I think that the shade of blue that they chose was nice. It was a little too bright though. I will say, like kind of too dark and too eye-catching. It didn't look as, it didn't look as weathered as it should. The paint should look a little faded. Also, the rusting effect, although I do appreciate that they tried, they did a horrible job as far as the rusting was concerned. You can watch my video to actually see it and to hear my thoughts on it. It was just really bad because they do a lot in some areas and then they wouldn't do any in other areas. And also where they put the rust, they would put it like in the middle of the thing. When rust doesn't just appear in the middle of like a square. If you have like a square metal piece, rust won't just accumulate all in the middle. It'll be on the edges. So just where they put it was just awful, and it just didn't look quite right. So I definitely wanted to fix it up, and it was a fun project to do, especially since it's kind of like a little small guy. So it was kind of fun and pretty quick to do. But going over it, as you can see, I did repaint the entire thing blue. All of this blue is new. It's very similar to the last blue because obviously it should be a light blue like that. However, I did completely paint everything blue because I needed to take away the rust that they put on. So I needed to physically take away all of their rust, and then I just rusted it up myself, doing the same thing that I did for Berserker, or not Berserker, Dreadbot, is just, get the light blue that I had, put just a little bit of it on a piece of paper, then take a brush that was a little messed up, not very straight, then, just kind of dip it slightly in that, brush it on the piece of paper a while to get most of the paint off the brush, and then just to kind of slightly go over it. And the way that I kind of go over it is just trying to get the edges, like focus on painting the edges, and do it a little bit sloppily, so that it looks natural. It looks like there's streaks in it, things like that. So that's just kind of how I painted. I get a lot of people asking me that type of stuff, so just kind of wanted to explain it there. So that's how I added the rust, just kind of put it on places that I thought would look good. I did look at some pictures of the actual movie, and I like, especially with the head, I tried to make the head accurate, so I tried to put the rust exactly where it was in the actual movie, where this section is like, he's got like a chunk taken out of his helmet there. I did want to put it there because that's where it was in the movie. Same thing right here. Also on this side, this is my favorite detail on the figure. I wanted to include the wash me. I thought that would be a really fun detail to do. It's rather hard to write things though in paint, in my opinion. I just, I don't have much practice with it all. But what I did was, I just kind of painted a larger section of rust so I'd have like a bit of a space to paint, and then I just took blue and tried to write wash me, and and what's nice is it doesn't have to look machine made, because obviously just somebody in the movie, or what's supposed to look like is somebody in the movie just did it with like their fingers, so it can look sloppy. It doesn't have to look like it's machine done, which is nice because that allowed it to actually look pretty decent. I did do it like one time and it didn't quite fit, so I had to repaint it and try again, and I think I even did it a third time before I got it to a place where I liked it. So that's what I ended up with. I do like it very much. My favorite detail on the figure, like I said. Then I did just paint like the handlebars, did it silver and black, instead of like the just solid gray that they were, if I'm not mistaken, and then just kind of rusted up some of the wheelways. I left the tires themselves black though, just because I didn't want the whole thing to be rusted. So I did want to leave a couple areas where there wasn't rust, particularly the handles and the wheels, just so that it didn't look all like way too similar in the fact that it was all rusted. One thing I did remove is the handlebars that were on his neck here. I just took those off just because in the movie he does have the lights, like, or the mirrors on his neck, so he does have that design, but he doesn't have those handlebars, so I just wanted to get them off because they don't look good there, and it just kind of takes away. I might do some things to actually change this guy up a little later on, including putting those mirrors on. He does have some springs on him. I thought about adding those, and also the like little peg leg I thought about adding. However, I get a lot of people that want me to keep these things transformable, so that's why with this one I really only did a repaint. I didn't really do much else because now it can still transform. And as far as his accessories go, I didn't paint the larger piece that he comes with, because who cares, you know, that's not like a movie accurate accessory, that's more of a play gimmick thing, so I didn't really care about getting that accurate. As far as his metal arm's concerned, I didn't paint this one simply because I want it to look good, and I don't have a single image of it from the actual movie, so I could just try to do it myself and just to kind of paint what I think would look good. However, I'd prefer to make it movie accurate, so when the movie finally comes out on Blu-ray and I buy it, I'll get a good shot of that arm there, so I could really tell how to paint it, like to make it movie accurate. I did paint the gun, however. What I did was I just added like the top of, I just, you know, a lot of the detail that was popping out, I painted silver, and particularly like the ends of things, I painted silver, and then I just put like a silver wash in it too, to give it that kind of metalish look. It looks a lot better than just the, you know, because essentially it's just this dark, plain gray, and you know, that's the entire thing. So added a lot more depth here. You can really see some of that detail, and there's so much good detail in this thing that it's a shame that it's so poorly painted originally, because it just takes away from all the excellent detail that that was put in there. And obviously you can put it on his arm again. There you go. Swivel it up. So yeah, you can have him there with his gun arm. So there you go. That's my my custom Sqweeks. I might have called him Wheelie. For some reason, I want to call this guy Wheelie like all the time, so sorry about that. But there's the custom Sqweeks. Give you a little comparison here with some of the other some of the other custom last night Autobots, being Day Trader, as well as Optimus Prime. Get a shot of all of them. Very cool, you know, this is an odd kind of combo of last night Autobots that I've done. My Decepticons are a little bit more unified. With these guys, though, it's just kind of a strange mix of Autobots. Did also want to do a quick update just to show you that I do have a Starscream head there. That was generously provided by somebody on Instagram that just wanted to contribute to this custom, so he sent me that. It was really nice. It's the perfect scale for that that Day Trader figure, and he looks great holding it, so that was an excellent accessory. And that's one of the best parts about Day Trader in the movie, is the fact that he provided Starscream's head, so so I definitely wanted to represent that there with the figure, so very happy that I was able to do that. But yeah, overall Sqweeks was quite a fun one to do. Very easy again, because it really just required paint. There was no adding parts. There was no, for the most part, there was no like taking away parts. So it was a rather easy custom to do. Would highly recommend that you give it a try if you do want to upgrade your Sqweeks. And yeah, pretty fun. And again, like I said, it is transformable, so it can turn into the scooter. So there, that's my video showing the Transformers: The Last Night Deluxe Custom Sqweeks figure. Let me know what you guys think of it, and thanks so much for watching.